Okay, welcome along to Monday morning Pilates with the magic circle. So the magic circle, our ring today, if you don't have one at home, you could play around with blocks, with bands and do things with or without as always. So start with your feet together and we'll place the ring in the heel of the hand so the fingers don't touch the ring. When you're holding the ring, it's just a very subtle work, but strong work through your posture. So let's set that up. Begin with the ring stretched out in front of you, fingers stretched out towards me. Just a slight bend in your elbows. Before we begin squeezing the ring, pull the belly button back towards your spine and maybe lean forward slightly. Just naturally holding something in front, you'll lean back. So keep this sense of like a little bit of falling forward. So just slightly, as you squeeze the ring, try and keep your collarbones bent, collarbones wide, elbows bent, and then release a little bit and squeeze. So every now and again, if you feel like you're going to do some really big squeezes, that's not what we're working on. So it's not using like all the big muscles, it's the subtle muscles. So just listen to the cues to help you to find the muscles of the back. So things like stretching fingers, not holding the ring, soft elbows, long arms so you're not using your biceps, and the length in the collarbone so you're not using your pec muscles here. So it's the postural muscles of your back. So sometimes you've got to like just hang in there for a bit and then you might, oh yeah, there they are. So just be patient with yourself. So next time you squeeze the ring here, bend the elbows and bring it in. Take your elbows very wide. Drop your shoulders down and just do some squeezes here. Notice as soon as you feel tension in your neck, squeeze less. So less is more. Good. Hello. We just started. Grab a ring. We're doing the circles today. Keep squeezing, everyone. Seeing what's happening to this heat. Okay, so now we'll combine the two. So straighten your arms and then bend the elbows back in. Just those two moves combined, and you're squeezing when it's in and then squeezing when it's out. So nice. Look at that posture, Jane. Amazing. So anytime if you need to just kind of roll the shoulders, please feel free to do that. Hey, Mel. All right, we've got the magic circle, Mel. Lift the arms up and overhead. Squeeze the ring when it's level with your ears, so like a halo, and squeeze here. Good. See if you can really find the muscles of your upper back. So elbows are super wide. Feel the stretch across your chest. Good. Now we'll combine the squeezes here. So squeeze, elbows bent, and then straighten. And you'll notice it's probably harder to squeeze with arms straight. And then lower, bend the elbows and squeeze. Fingers reaching to the ceiling the whole time. If your shoulders feel tight, it might be hard holding your arms straight and squeezing. So we'll do 4 more. And as we're setting up the whole body for every movement, be aware of the alignment of your feet, your knees, squeezing thighs together, keeping that lovely sense of like length through the spine. So we'll make this one our last squeeze with bent elbows, squeeze with straight arms, and let's start our roll down. Keep the ring above your head. As you curl your spine, the ring does not drop, it stays above the head. Round your back. So in this position here, lean forward like you're going to fall on your head, ring above your head and roll back up. So curl through your spine. Ring stays above the head. Nice, everyone. Try and keep your arms straight. Breathe out to roll down. Feel that length through the roll down rather than a collapse in the spine. Pull the belly to the spine and move your belly away from your thighs. Roll back up. So it's not a hinge, it's a roll. Good, and squeeze. One more roll down. Breathe out through your mouth to roll up. Keep the ring above the head. Good, and then from here, straight arms, take a side bend over. So really press the hips away from you, squeeze the ring here, and bend the elbows in this lean, and straighten, and bend. Good, and straighten. Good, try and feel this lovely length through the outside of your left body, but also work. So with the arms straight, lift the body back up. Good, is the ring starting to get heavy, everyone? Yeah, last one here. Elbows bend and straighten. Really nice positioning, everybody. Keep twisting and looking towards the front wall. Straighten the arms and lift up. Good, this time we roll all the way down. And place the ring between your ankles. Roll back up. So when you're squeezing the ring in this position, I kind of position it, it can be slightly uncomfortable. So it's between ankles for this one, Dean. We're going to all balance on the right ankle and just float your left leg off the ground. Take your balance, maybe arms wide. And it's a slight roll out of your left thigh. So I don't want you to use your quad to squeeze. Use your inner thigh. So subtle, squeeze, and release a little bit. Good, and squeeze. Good, so notice like if it's your thigh that you're squeezing with, or can you find your backside, but more importantly, your inner thigh. So try and keep your leg as straight as possible. So if you keep it straight, it will stop you from using your quad. Good, yeah. Lean over a little bit more. And you've got 4 and 3. Good, 2. Now hold the squeeze. Hold it there. Float the arms overhead. Keep them lengthened. Good, now squeeze for 6, 5, 4. Good. 3, good balance everybody. 2, now squeeze and hold. Then land on your left foot. Take your arms wide and transition to the left leg. Float the right and squeeze. Release. So keep bringing your right hip forward so that you've got, imagine using the front wall as your reference. The 2 headlights are on your hips and they shine forward. So that alignment of your pelvis is always your reference point. So now hold the squeeze, float the arms overhead. Find more length through the body. See, whole body is always involved. Now squeeze. So lean back a little bit more with your gaze. Look forward if you can. I know, don't get frustrated with balance. It will not help you. And 2. Now hold the last one on. Good. When you land with both heels on the ground, see how I've got like this slight turn out. If you need to like arrange this so that you feel like you're not going to lose it. So it's a squeeze with the legs straight. You're going to lift and lower through your heels. So rise up onto your toes and then lower through the heels. Good. So notice this, like often I'm saying, and cueing inner thigh, like you're kind of pulling the mat together. So feel the inner thigh squeeze when you're up and squeeze on the ring when you're down. So if you're not getting enough squeeze, you could always walk your feet in closer and lift and lower. Big toes down onto the ground and lower. Good. And try and control like the rise is even and down rather than a bounce up and down. Good to hear the breathing there, Lee. Exhale through the mouth helps you. Can you feel the connection of like inner thigh up through your pelvic floor, up through your inner core muscles, your postural muscles? Stay up at the top. If you need to walk your feet in closer to keep the squeeze on the ring, heels stay up, bend the knees a little bit, and then straighten. Good, just a little bit. Knees go wide. And straighten. Try and keep your heels stable. They're hovering, big toes down. Squeeze and straighten. So knees are going to the side walls. Bend. Lean back a little more. Good. That's it. Bend and straighten. Now holding your knees bent. Hold them bent. Maybe walk your feet in a little closer. I know we're about to lose the ring, but soon we're coming down, everyone. Squeeze the ring, straighten the legs all the way up. Keep the squeeze on the ring, straight legs, float the arms. Keep squeezing the ring, heels hovering, and roll down. Our last roll down, so when your hands touch the ground, you can drop the ring and flop. Oh, nice work, everybody. We'll make our way onto our back. So laying down on your back, and let's use the ring as a handle now so you make friends with the ring again. Put it around your right. So we're going the ball of your foot here so that your heel can reach to the ceiling. Like this. So right hamstring stretch. And if you can't see me and need to see me, feel free to move around the room. So before you do any move, whether it's a stretch or work, make sure your pelvis is aligned. So don't aim for like a straight leg and high if you've hitched up your right hip. So lower it down a little if you need to. From here, bend your knee slightly so you can press your heel to the ceiling more, so it's through the Achilles. So really pull the toes back towards you. If you can start to straighten your leg, but keep your heel pressing to the ceiling, keep it straight or bent, it doesn't matter. And then take the leg across the midline, just a small way, slightly rolling your right thigh out. So feeling this kind of outer right hip stretch, and try not to lift the right hip up off the ground. Just these slight subtle cues is what makes the Pilates work harder. Yeah. And now switch hands. So you're holding on with your right hand and take the right leg out to the right side. Push the left hand into the ground to balance, or you could put your left hand on your left hip. Inner thigh stretch. You'll need the inner thigh stretch today, everybody, with the ring. So that's what is magical about the ring. It finds all the Pilates muscles, inner thigh, all the postural muscles. Lift the leg up. Now let's change feet. First of all, when you position your left foot, heel to the ceiling. So this is your three-way hamstring stretch, 3 different parts of the hamstring. Bending your knees slightly to really pull the toes back towards you. Slight turn out of your left thigh to take it across the body. And then switch hands to take the left leg out to the left side. Push the right hip bone down into the ground. Inner thigh. So now when we work inner thigh, we're going to use the ring between our inner thighs. So bring it back to the center and position your ring sort of like it's probably wherever you can get it. Make sure it's sort of in a spot where it doesn't feel like it's going to fly away from you. And we're in tabletop position. So feet level with knees. Neutral spine, a little space under your lower back, tailbone down. Good. Stretching both arms up and overhead. So start your chest lift where you curl your head and chest up, squeeze the ring, and then lower back down. So your option is to keep feet in tabletop and continuously add your chest lift, or options through class are always feet down on the ground. Whenever you're doing chest lift, option is to put your hands behind your head. So through class, like all the different levels, just take what's right for you. Like that's tabletop. Don't be sorry. You're just learning Pilates. It's like a whole journey of 20 years. But just little cues, so it's not, I'm not picking on you, just helping you. So like I said, let's take what's right for you today. So on this next one, everyone stay up and hold your head if you need to support your head. Toe tap both toes to the ground and then lift them back up. So as your toe tapping down, look down to your belly and feel the connection of, if you go too low and pop out through your inner core where you're really pushing your belly out, you'll lose the inner core connection. So it's the internal deep muscles we want to work. And that's why sometimes you've got to take lower options to make sure you're engaging the right muscles. So do 2 more slow taps, everyone. There is no race to lift the weight of your legs up. There is harder work to do it slow. Now, this next one, push your feet into the ground and then take a twist with your upper body. So rotate to the left knee. Inhale to center. Rotate to the right. And you're just holding the squeeze on the ring, which should keep you really nice and stable with your lower part of the body. Really good. Keep your elbows wide. Good. Okay, one more on each side, wherever you finish where you're even, and then roll your head and chest back down. Place both hands down by your side. Make sure your feet are facing forward and aligned. They'll probably be a little wider if you're aligning them with your knees. Just do a couple of squeezes before we come into bridge. Sometimes it helps to put your hands on your inner thigh. That's where you want to squeeze with. Don't flatten the ring and work your quads. So the quads are softer. The inner thigh is what's squeezing the ring. So it's less squeeze if it's all thigh. And same with your back. It's a little space under your lower back, neutral pelvis. So you're not tucking and flattening your back to squeeze the ring. We do flatten back when we come into our bridge series, but you hold your pelvis stable before we do that. So next time, squeeze the ring, hold the ring squeezed, press the hands into the mat and start to tip your lower back towards the mat in print. Then start to lift the hips up. Now at the top here, make sure you haven't come so high that the tips of your scapula are off the mat. Like press the breastbone and the back of the arms into the mat. So squeezing the ring with the hips lifted. If it feels slightly, potentially cramping on your hamstrings, you could walk your feet in. All right, now hold the squeeze and press the hips up and then lower them just a little. So this pressing of the hips is glutes and hamstrings, not chest. So squeeze and lift. It's not a huge movement. It's happening at the top of the range. Spread your hands around. Actively press into the back of your arms to open the chest. Really good alignment. Well done. So take a breath in with your hips up. When you exhale, roll your upper back down first. Just come halfway. Breathe out. So hips are up, back of the ribs are on the mat. Feel it like a lower back stretch there. Take another breath in. Then massage your lower spine into the mat. And then roll the spine away from you so you've got a space under your lower back now. So let's try that again. Tip, lower back imprints, back of the ribs, peel your hips up off the mat. So these add-ons, you squeeze the ring and see if you can keep your thighs still, but pick up your right foot, straighten your right leg. Right foot down, squeeze the ring, keep it still, straighten your left. So continuously do this slowly, but I'll give you another option. If it's too much up there, do it with your hips down, squeezing the ring, and work at this range here. So both have benefits, and they're only beneficial if you're doing the form and using the right muscles. So go slow and mindfully. Use the back of the arms to help you to find stability. Squeeze on the ring. So don't pick your thighs up. Some of you are picking your thighs up. The thighs and the knees stay level. Just the foot lifts. Straighten the leg. Now with 2 feet back on the mat, take a roll down in 2 breaths. So back of the ribs, inhale, lower back, and roll it away. Grab the ring and just let your knees go out to the side. We're just taking a moment, okay? Don't push the ring out of sight. You're just going to put it around the outside of your knees now. So bring your knees together, put your feet together, and now push out on the ring, and we'll go back into that last move when you curl back up in bridge. So when you're pushing out here, same idea, everything is stable. Don't move your knees, just float your right foot off the ground, push out on the ring. And then right foot down, change sides. So notice, like with the ring on the outside, maybe you can feel more of your outer hip glute area stabilizing you, not so much inner thigh. Good. Slower, everyone try not to kick. So extend and hold, press out on the ring. Pause and then land and change. Push out. What's better, on the outside or the inside? Yes. Different, isn't it? So when you finish this one, both feet down, roll the spine down. Keep it on the outside of your knees. When you find neutral spine, tailbone down, float both legs up. Good, and then float your hands and head up. So from here, everybody, we're going to start to pump the arms in hundreds. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. So just holding your knees bent in tabletop or straight legs while you pump the arms in hundreds. And hopefully, like pushing out on the ring helps you to not grip with your thighs so much. So in hundreds, support neck if you need to. And if you want to challenge yourself, more straighten legs and lower legs down a little bit more. Try not to overarch your back off the ground. So it's just a little space leaving the ground in neutral, belly in. That's good. It looks fantastic. So let's do 20 more together. Big pumps. And it's that inhale through the nose for 5. Exhale for 5. Last 10 in and out. Exhale. Now, try not to collapse yet. Stay up. Move the ring to your ankles. Good. Hold it there. I'll just give you a quick collapse down if your neck feels like it needs it. But keep your feet facing the ceiling. Press out on the ring with the ankles. It's much harder than pressing out on the knees. So just look to your feet, flex and point. Flex. So can you try and flex at your ankles, not your toes? So heels to the ceiling and then point. All right, we're going to add that into our lower and lift. So if it's too much to do this with straight legs, just bend your knees. Roll your head and chest up. Put your hands behind your head. Flex through your ankles. Lower your straight legs just to 45 degrees. Point and then lift up. So look to your belly button. Pull the stomach muscles down into your spine. Try not to flatten your back, especially when you lift the ring. So just a small range. Exhale, push out. And hopefully maybe pushing out on the ring helps you not to grip with your thighs. Maybe you can feel more core work. Lower. Do 4 more. So your option was, remember, with bent knees, like we did before, you just make the weight easier by bending your knees. That's it. So you can stay doing this, or the last move here is adding in a rollover head down. You would roll the body up and over and then lower your legs down to 45 degrees. So you could stay with just this part or add in the rollover. Wherever you are, we are going to all land with our feet on the ground and sitting up. So just make your way there whenever or however you would like to. And face me. Do you think the rings are magical? So not too wide with your hips. Bring your legs in and find your sit bones. So it's not about legs at all. It's about sitting up straight through your spine. And the ring is a part of this move. So stretch the fingers. Good. Slight squeeze of the ring, elbows bend. Good. Take the elbows wide. Rotate to your left leg. Now straighten and bend here, keeping that twist. So press down through your heels. It doesn't matter how bent your knees are. But take your elbows wide, everyone. So wide. That's it. And when you bring the ring into the chest, is the ring in line with the chest? Maybe some of you you need to bring your body back a bit more. Arms straight to me is what I mean. So here, when you bend here, the ring is in the middle of the chest. So if the ring's kind of out there, don't twist so far. Let's go to the right. So head to the right, pause. Now bend and straighten here. Good. Press. And bend. Keep twisting the body towards the ring. That's it. Shoulders are down. Fingers don't touch the ring. So stretch the fingers straight. Good. Come back to center. So postural muscles in seated, ring overhead. Shrug the shoulders up, shrug the shoulders down. So to bring your legs together, or if it's too much, you could always cross the legs if that is better. Just like if it's too much with the arms overhead, you could always have them in front. So straight arms, and shrug. Shoulders up. Squeeze the legs together. So either legs together or legs crossed for this one. That's it. Now hold your shoulders down and then rotate to the left 3 times. Ring stays above your head, everyone, like the halo. So try not to drop your ring in front of your face. Come back to center. So where the ring is here, bend and straighten. So this is where it stays. So when you rotate here, 3 times rotate, ring above your head. Good, back to center. Let's add the halo in, that'll align you. So twist back to the left, bend, ring down to the ears, squeeze when it's at the ears. That's better. And now straighten. Good, center. Oh, this is strengthening your posture in seated positions, everyone, I promise. And straighten. Let's do one more each side. Center. Good. Excellent. All right, swing your feet around to the left side of your mat and then swing your bottom foot on the inside handle and your top leg on top. So facing me. So like we were when we were standing, so head on the right side, just like standing, this slight turn out of the ring and your body is in a straight line, you're squeezing, not with your quad, with your inner thigh, squeeze and lift. If it's hard to stay up like this, feel free to lay all the way down and maybe support your head. That's it. Good. So the first cue is both legs straight, bottom leg straight. So straighten the bottom leg. So if you need to walk the body that way, and the top hip is facing the wall in front of you. So if you're falling back, either bring it forward or lay down. Now hold the squeeze at the top leg, bottom leg lifts and lowers. Feel free to lay on your side. That would make that move easier. Bottom leg, inner thigh. Oh, you will feel your inner thighs tomorrow, maybe, everyone. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Now, bottom leg presses down, top leg lifts, just slightly above the ring and tap it. Stay very close to the ring. You're tracing around the ring. When you take it behind, hip stays stable and then up and in front. So if you wanted to challenge your balance, you could have arm floating to the ceiling, up and in front, up and behind. Good. Keep it close so that your hip stays stable. And in this position too, like it's this pushing away from the mat, so working the whole underneath side of the body. Really good, well done. Do 2 more of these. Oh, you're making these ones look easy, everyone. So thread, because of that, you get this next one. Thread your leg on the inside. Try not to lose the ring as you roll over onto your tummy, bend your knees. Push out on the ring. So with your feet facing the ceiling and you're pushing out onto the handles. So you'll probably want to put your head down once you see what we're doing. So it's here and you're lifting and lowering your thigh bones, pushing out on the ring and trying not to use your shoulders. So abdominals lift. This is a strong like glute and hamstring to lift the ring. And keep your feet facing the ceiling. So don't let your feet lower. Feet up, feet to the ceiling, thigh bones lift. Some of you are using your crooked feet to do it. I can see. So straight parallel feet. So I'll just show you what I mean. Look here. So if you do this, it's easier. Try and have the ring at your ankles so your feet are straight, not turned out. Then I would say do some stretching. Like always feel free to do glute stretch lying on your back or hip flexor stretch. Yeah. So you could lie down and use the ring if you want, but glute stretch, foot on your knee, and do your bum stretch. All right, so now we're going from here to a straight leg. So lift and then see if you can straighten and hover, bend and lower. So it's lift, straighten, bend, lower. And then bend your knee down, so glute. Yeah, put your foot on your other knee. Remember the figure 4? Yeah, yeah. So pick up your leg, pick up your right leg, your thigh. Yeah, that's it. Got it. Yeah, bend your knee more. Yes, rest your head. So last one, everybody. What do you think of those? Horrible. Last one, keep your legs straight. Keep them straight and see if you can lift your upper body up into that diamond press position. So push down into your hands, hovering, straight legs, chest lifted, and then let your legs rest. We'll get rid of the ring in a moment. Bring your hands down by your side. Push all the way up. Straighten your arms. Look up. Stretch the spine there. And then from here, push back into child pose. Take the ring to the right side of your mat. We'll position our side lie series. Oh, I'm liking all your groans this morning, Peter. So ring on the right, lay all the way down. Bottom foot pushes down into the ring. Yeah, always do plenty of glute stretches, Dean. That'd be good for you. Calf stretches, use the ball. So we never have enough time to sort of do all the stretches, so do them. So try and get that nice length out through the leg. Almost time. I can see you. That's it. The bottom leg is still very active. So actively like stretch through both legs. Now the bottom leg lifts and floats up and down. Good. Keep the pressure of the top leg pushing down. Keep reminding yourself like it's not, if it's all tension in your quads, when you release the ring a bit, take out tension here, then it gives the other muscles the work. Good. And you'll notice like sometimes it's like might be weakness, sometimes it could be tightness, maybe a combination of both. Feel free to lay all the way down on your side at any time. So now the bottom leg stays still, top leg floats. Stay close to the ring. Keep pushing away from the mat. Control the movement. Keep your upper body very stable. Like weird music, isn't it? Not really sure what it's throwing at me. Keep lifting up, keep lift, push away, push away. That's it. Just do 4 more here, everyone. Good. Thread your feet in the middle. Good. Just one. We're not going to do a lot here. Roll over, hold the ring, bend the knees, just like before. Good. So this time we're going to use it actually more as a stretch. I just wanted to see. So look back at your feet and if you can see them and just check like your toes don't turn out. So try and reach back. Use the ring if you need to. See what I'm doing here, unhooking it and pick up. So you're taking a stretch here. So pick up your thigh bone, and you can use the ring as a bit of a handle if you can't reach for your ankle. So that's one way to stretch quad with the ring. Otherwise, take the ring away and grab hold of your ankle, wherever you can grab, and you're in your quad stretch there. Head down on your arm with the ring as a handle, just 1 foot at a time. So I'm taking left, right leg on the ground. And when you push your hips into the ground, notice how high if it's your left foot you've got, notice how high your left knee can lift up off the ground with your hips down. Now, when you change sides with or without the ring, try and bring your knees closer together. Take hold of your ankle, head down, and then press your pubic bone hips into the ground and notice how high your right knee can lift. So use the ring as a handle if you need to. Good. Now release both feet onto the ground. Just bring the ring overhead and then hold your hands on arms by the side. So haven't got one hand stacked. So try not to flatten the ring for this move, arms straight. So when you start to lift your upper body, keep your feet down initially. Straight arms, don't flatten the ring, but lift your chest up. So you're lifting up, not pushing down firmly on the ring, and then release the body back down. So by not pushing down too firmly into the ring, you're using more of your back muscles. Arms stay straight. Fingers never touch the ring. It's the heel of the hand. And lowering. So if you wanted to add in lifting the legs up, when you lift the body, feet stay down. When you lower the body, legs float up. Good. And then you rock between the two. This is our swan. And then when you lower, thigh bone straight and lift. But try and keep your legs together. So if you're feeling this in your lower back, stay long, stay lifted through your belly button. So it's not about just bending in your lower back. So you're trying to think more length, not height. Breastbone lifts, feet down. Upper body lowers, then your legs are lifting long, not high. Do 2 more in each direction. Now, hold your body in a straight line, feet hovering, arms hovering, and then just press down and up on the ring. But keeping everything, your whole body in the same position, push down and up. Try not to bounce, don't flatten the ring. It's a press down with your upper back muscles. Good. Pull the stomach muscle, don't bounce, don't bounce. So head doesn't move, arms press down. Control the movement, it's much harder. Now keep your body still, open and close the legs for the last 10 here. Inner thigh, tap, straight legs. Keep looking to the ring. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower the legs. Everybody push up into cat stretch. Did you hate that series? Thank you, Lee. It's good for you swimmers. And lots of people, but it really is the postural muscles. You really need to work more behind the body, not doing everything in front of the body. So let's push back to high plank. So keeping head forward of your hands. You could use the ring to assist you for push-ups here. I'll show you with the ring if you wanted to use it. Otherwise, without the ring. So on your knees or on your toes, elbows bend and straighten. Bend. 2 more weeks of the push-up challenge, everyone. You don't know you've all been participating in it, don't you? Halfway through. I think there's been something like 5 million push-ups done now, or something incredible for mental health. Not enough money raised. Well, actually $8 million raised, but yeah. Fantastic, amazing. When you finish that last push-up, pike your hips up to the ceiling. And then walk your feet to your hands in a forward fold. Just letting the body drape here. Hold on to your elbows and just let the body rock side to side. Let the head hang. Slowly, with bent knees, start to roll yourself up to stand and then float the arms overhead. Float. Good. Push down into your feet. Let's take one last balance. Rise up onto your toes. Squeeze your ankles together. Squeeze your thighs together. Hopefully you will feel your thighs all day and think of me, everyone. Slowly lower. Thank you for coming. I'll stop this meeting and start the trigger class. If you are staying, we are releasing feet. So start standing.